Hello guys, and welcome to this new tutorial. So in this little tutorial we will go about this infection system with a Pyro node. Moritz from Entagma covered the Pyro node with some flame spreading. You should check out the tutorial. But I want to do it then with geometry and make this effect here. So I will show you a quick rundown, and then we will create the stuff. We got a sphere here. This will be our surface for the infection system, but you can use any surface you want. So for example a picket or a custom surface, for example when you modeled something. And you can use any geometry, or you can use points. You can do that too. And after that we will create a Pyro source, we will create some start points, we will set an attribute, and then the Pyro source spread node, and this will spread the burn attribute over the surface. After that we will transfer it back to a geometry, we will blur it a little bit, we will get a little bit into WOPs and displace the surface with the mask, and that's it. And for example here, just a quick render, so a blended material. But I can show you that too. So I move that to the side here. So that's again the growth. And now we'll dive into Houdini. First of all, place down a sphere and call it infect, maybe geo. And dive inside. You can dive inside with double click or with I, and with the U key you can dive up a level. Here's our sphere. Let's make this a little bit bigger. And I don't want a primitive sphere, I want just a simple polygon sphere, and let's get a little bit more divisions, so maybe 15 divisions, so that the surface is pretty smooth. And now I want start points. We will do that with a group. First of all, place down a copy the points. Then I want to scatter points on the sphere geometry. This will be our points for the copy to point, and with that we can place our start groups. Let's get 3 points for now. So we got 0, 1, 2 points. So 3 points here. Let's pipe that into the target points to copy. Copy the sphere here. Make it smaller. So we will get something like this. And now place down the Pyro source. Pyro source node, and with the Pyro source node we will create source fuel, that's right, and surface scatter. I want a little bit more dense point separation, so dial that down to 0.01 to get more points, and this will be a lot more dense. And now I want to get these spheres here to create our start groups. We will do that with a simple group node. Place down a group node. You can type in here $OS, so the group will get named after the operator's name. So we will name that grp start, group start. So you can see here group start, and points, disable the base group and keep in bounding regions. Then select the third one, that's the bounding object, and now insert the bounding object, and now we got our start groups. Pretty simple, but the cool thing is you can always change the seed or the number of start regions, so that's pretty handy. Now I want to create an attribute create, and I will call this attribute temperature. And the cool thing is with that we can now get our group start here, and I want the value of 1 and the default value will be 0. Let's visualize that. Go to the node, press the little node info button and click on the temperature, and now you can see we've got here our start groups with a temperature of 1, and all other points will get a temperature of 0. Now we need the spread effect, so Pyro source spread. That's the node, let's place it down. And you can see something happened, but I want to go to the diffusion tab, and first of all I want to get the noise pattern a little bit smaller. We can do that by dialing down the element size here, and you can choose whatever noise you want. I like that one, the Manhattan Valley F1, yes, okay, cool. So this is the F1 Valley noise, and now we will visualize the fuel attribute. Then we will go down with the cooling rate, let's 0.4. Let's go to the burn tab. I think that's alright here. And you can already see, let's just get the visualizer to simple grayscale here, and you can already see the surface will get affected. Pretty cool and pretty simple. If you want to fill those gaps here, you just go here to that and raise that here a little bit, so value maybe 0.125. I think that should be fine. Yes, that's better. Cool. So this is our little infection solver. But now we want the sphere. Let's dial up our frequency, so 125 for now, and we will transfer here from to the sphere, and let's get our burn attribute, and you already can see it will get transferred to our sphere here. What we can do now, we can blur it a little bit. Attribute blur. Let's type the burn attribute here, and you can already see it will get blurred a little bit. Of course you can go a little bit higher, something like that. Cool. Now you can experiment with the spheres, the global seed here from the start points, the noise, and so on. So let's do that a little bit. Let's go to the diffusion tab and let's visualize the noise again. Let's go to frame 1. What we've got here. let's get this here. Why not? Get the element size a little bit bigger. Go to our burn tab. Nothing happens. Cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's also pretty cool. Let's style it a little bit. Let's get the start points a little bit smaller in size. Two start points, maybe let's dial in 3 start points. And let's have a look. Yeah. Let's play with the seed a little bit. Something like that. And I think we should go a little bit less with the blur here. So just dial it down a little bit. I think it also looks pretty cool, but let's just play a little bit with the noises here. I think that's pretty nice too here. Let's go with this noise, so that's the parodic purlin. Let's change the seed here again and let's simulate that. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. So we get a little bit more break up in the edges. Now we got that, and now we want to displace our geometry, and it's pretty simple. We will place down a point warp or attribute warp, dive inside. Let's disable the visualize here, and I want to place down an anti-alias noise, pipe it into the position and to our color. We want to fit the anti-alias noise, because the anti-alias noise by default will put a value out between -0.5 and 0.5. You can look that up for every noise in the help. And let's determine here -0.5 and 0.5 and pipe it into color. After that we will increase the frequency a little bit, something like that. That's cool. Good. Now I want to displace the whole sphere along the normals. So position into position, then the displaced position into the position output, the normals into the normals just to be sure, and the amount into the noise. And we will get this. That's cool, but we want to drive our displace with the burn attribute. So we will bind in the burn attribute, so place down a bind node and type in burn. And we can have a look here. That's our burn attribute. And I want to multiply that with the fit. And we'll get something like this, so it's pretty big. And now again we can multiply our scale here with a constant, or you can place down a parameter to change it from the upper level. But let's multiply it by -0.1 or 0.1 and place down a ramp. So with this ramp on the spline ramp type, we can get a little bit more into the detail. For example, you can do stuff like that. You can get here a pretty hard edge or a double edge, something like that. And I think that's pretty nice. Let's change it to B-spline and you will get something like this. So, pretty cool. Now we got our burn attribute in, that's nice, and we can use that for redshift. Dive up a level, place down a camera here. Let's go to the redshift camera, go to depth of field, go to sampling and just paste the focus into the focus distance, just to be sure with that. Let's dial down that. Let's get an bokeh image. Let's place down a light dome. Let's place down a material network. Call it RS mat, not AMT, mat. For material, and place down a ROP network and call it RS out. So here are the render settings and the output. Dive inside into the RS mat, place down a material shader, and let's get this to RS mat infect. Just copy the node, so Control C, dive up and dive inside our infected geo level. Place down a material node, call it mat out, for example, or mat RS, something like that. And now you can paste just the path, or you can get it with here and accept it, or you can press Shift and W and just drag and drop the material in. So a lots of method to apply a simple material here. And now we want to get a little simple lighting setup. Cool. Let's call the RS dome light RS dome 001 and color it in yellow to be sure that's a light. Call out a camera, camera 001 for example, and dive inside the RS out network, place down a redshift custom, accept the new camera, and if you got AutoX cards you can go on the redshift system and enable optics RT on supported GPUs. We got our camera. Let's change our resolution to an anamorphic aspect ratio of 2.35, so 2000 by 872. Dive out a little bit, and now of course you can play with focal length and so on. Then get up the redshift render view here. I assigned that to a hotkey, so normally you go here on the redshift tab and start the render view. Cool. Let's change that to Rec 709 and disable the background for now. Our bokeh is, we can dial it up a little bit just for now. And now we want to create a simple material. Just move that quickly to the side here. And we want to create a material here. Let's get the render view back. Start the render view. And I want to blend between two materials with our burn attribute. So we will place down the RS color data or RS user data color and type in burn. We can get that to the surface and refresh our IPR to see we've got our mask here, and we can use that mask into the material blender. So let's set up two materials. The first material, I will make it black and a little bit more rough, something like that. Then I will place down another RS material. I will get this to gold, because why not? Let's change the roughness here, and we don't want gold for now. Let's just make it blue or something like that. Dial down a little bit the COC radius here for the bokeh, and let me just check the light here quick. Yeah, let's get this with a nice rim light here, that's cool. Dive back into our material network, and we will place down a material blender, RS material blender. This will be our base color, this will be our second layer, so this into layer color, and the burn attribute into our blend color. And connect this to the surface, refresh it, and now you can see we blend the two materials with the material blender. That's pretty cool. Let's just change the light a little bit to get it a little bit more visible. Something like that. Let's dive back inside, and for now you can just make a simple maxon noise, get the FBM, get an RS ramp, just get that here and place down an RS bump, so we can use that for simple detail. And now of course our bump mapping will be way too high, so dial that a little bit down, and you can see we will get here a little bit more detail. What you also can do, you can change the reflectivity a little bit, so place down a curvature. Let's just first get it here into the surface, and let's get it to concave, or let's get it to convex. 0.025 for now. Let's adjust the samples a little bit. Make a ramp, so type RS ramp, and now we can re-ramp our curvature and pipe that into reflectivity. And the cool thing is you can get now something like that. And of course it will grow and grow and grow till it's finished. So I think that was pretty cool, and I like the look. It's really cool, and that's for that tutorial. And I'm currently working on 2 courses, so they will be out in maybe a month or earlier or later, because they will get pretty big. And I hope you like this tutorial. Leave a comment down below, what do you want to see next. or just a normal comment. If you got any questions, just leave it in the comment section also, and I hope you liked the tutorial, and I will see you in the next course or in the next tutorial. Have a nice day and stay safe. Bye.